Welcome once again to the Dr. Sky Experience, heard exclusively here on Talk Radio 77 WABC, as we like to call it, and we're proud to say it, the crown jewel of radio, the iconic 77 Talk Radio, WABC, beaming out of New York City, the nation, the world, and I'm sure out to the cosmos. As we continue with the Dr. Sky Experience, as we almost wrap up month number 1, January 2024. We will begin a series of rather informative and maybe lengthy podcasts to help you get the best experience out of the April 8th total solar eclipse for many and partial eclipse across much of North America. And we appreciate your time and interest. But let's begin by discussing what eclipses will happen, both solar and lunar, throughout 2024. We find out there'll be a total of 4 eclipses throughout this calendar year. The first, we begin with a partial, if not penumbral, lunar eclipse. That'll happen on March the 25th for a good portion of North and South America. But seriously, as truth is always the way we speak here, this may not be something that you would really take a look at and see with any great certainty. A penumbral lunar eclipse is the outer shadow of the Earth, not the umbra, so this is something that the moon's light will only dim by a few percent. But still, it's listed as a penumbral lunar eclipse, March the 25th. But the big event for many, not only in North America, but in many places of the world, they'll be paying attention to the April 8th, 2024 Great American Total Solar Eclipse. We haven't seen a total solar eclipse here in the United States since back in August of 2017, and yes, we were there reporting from the beautiful city of Rexburg, Idaho, with hundreds of people who experienced this. And you too can experience this. We'll be talking about ways to help you observe the eclipse, not only safely, tips on how to take pictures of the event, and also ways to enjoy it from the historical side. April 8th, the 2020 total solar eclipse begins as we begin off the early morning of that date off the coast of the Pacific Ocean as it moves into Mexico. Moving through the mountains of Mexico itself, it begins and hits, that is, the totality, the far southern portion of Texas. Moving up to many states in the United States, arcing up through states like Arkansas, parts of Missouri, all the way up into Indiana, Ohio, New York State, and up into the Maritimes, even people in areas like Vermont, and also the great state of Maine will get to see this. But to learn so much more about this eclipse, we'll be posting links at the bottom of this particular podcast so you can stay in touch. Now's the time to go get the serious solar glasses that protect your eyes. Equally important for total solar eclipse watchers, because only those few minutes of totality are safe to look without the solar glasses. And areas that only get upwards of 99% near totality need them too. We recommend going to our site, TSE, the number 17, solareclipse.com. TSE17, solareclipse.com. If you put in the word DR Sky, Dr. Sky, you'll receive a 10% discount off your order. Yours truly and so many others have decided to move into the state of Texas, where the best weather forecasts are predicted. Upwards of about 70 to 70%, and maybe higher, for clear skies occur during that area or area on the globe in southern Texas. And we're proud to be partners with Macy Brooks and her great event called Eclipse, musicfestival.com. April 6th to the 8th in a city called Junction, Texas. Even though it's a small city, it has much to offer, as this was one of the areas where the annular eclipse of October crossed paths with now the total solar eclipse of April the 8th. We'll be giving you more information on how you can join us at that event if you so desire to look for some of the best weather conditions as far as predictability for this eclipse of the sun. The website is listed below, but if you just want to know what it is offhand, it's Eclipse. That's TEXCLIPSE, TexClipseMusicFestival.com. There'll be amazing performers, musical performers, ourselves demonstrating the use of solar telescopes, and seminars on how to safely observe the eclipse. And we'll also be talking about the historical side of the eclipse, because there's a great Thomas Edison story to talk about from the great solar eclipse that occurred in July of 1878, and also visible across areas of Dallas, Texas, and other historical events. This will mark my 5th total solar eclipse, and I'm proud to be your navigator on the highway to the heavens. Then we find out on September the 18th, there's a partial lunar eclipse. Something to get excited about if you like lunar eclipses, but not total. It'll be visible over North and South America, portions of Europe and Africa. And then the year ends off on October the 2nd with an annular solar eclipse. That is, when the moon is too small to officially cover the sun and the ring of fire is visible. That occurring over the South Pacific Ocean and the areas of South America. We welcome your comments and questions here at this particular podcast. Proud to be here on Talk Radio 77 WABC as we talk about the great realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather, and American exceptionalism. Great guests from all these realms and beyond, with musical guests in the mix. If you have questions, my email is simply drsky, drsky@gmail.com. And what do we always say? And we simply mean it. Always remember to keep your eyes to the skies, your feet on the ground. Simply earning that title every day humbly. I'm your navigator on the highway to the heavens, where there are no tolls on this highway. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And again, listen to us proudly here on Talk Radio 77 WABC bi-weekly on the radio show that is very, very popular here, as all the shows on WABC are, as we continue, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss so many wonderful things from these great realms. And proud to be on with owner John Katzimatidis every Sunday on the Cats Roundtable, and of course with Frank Morano, as mentioned before, as we continue to talk about these great subjects on the other side of midnight, as we transform the name of that particular radio show for an hour to Cosmic Conversations with me, Dr. Sky. Wishing you the best. Stay in touch because there's more to talk about the great solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse for many, April 8th, just days away, and as of this recording, a mere 80 days away. Good health, clear skies, and happiness. We'll talk with you soon.